Good morning, Caribbean. RJ back with another video. So let's get to it. As with Wednesday, I'm not going to show off a separate random Mike Schmidt item and a separate baseball item. I'm going to show them off together because my random Mike Schmidt item is part of a set that I acquired, a small little set that I acquired. And the Mike Schmidt card of that set is my random Mike Schmidt item, and the rest of the set is my random baseball item. So let's get to it. From 1989, the Ralston Purina Superstars serial card. So there's no information on this card at all, other than it says Superstars at the top, tells you the player, it's airbrushed out on the back, gives you copyright date 1989. And MSE, I keep banging my stand here. MSA, Michael Schechter Associates, they always had the license from the MLB Players Association, but never from MLB, so they always had to airbrush out the logo. So he is number 4 of 12 cards in the set. Standard card. A lot of people have seen this one. There are 12 total players. So let's look at all 12 players that were part of the 1989 serial set. As the name implies, they were cards that were issued in various cereal products released by Ralston Purina. I'm not going to try and tell you what cereal brands they issued or had back in 1989. They still got a couple Ralston Purina. Purina still has a couple cereals, the breakfast cereals they do now. These were actually inserted into the boxes. You can get them through a mail-in order. Pictures of the cards did appear on the cereal boxes. So if you're into that kind of thing, feel free to check out the Bay and track them down. Here we go. The full 12-card set. Ozzie Smith. These are obviously greats of the day back in '89. Andre Dawson. Darryl Strawberry. Again, all airbrushed logos. There's the Schmidt card. Orel Hershiser coming off a great season for the Dodgers in '88. Tim Raines. Roger Clemens. Kirby Puckett. George Brett. Alan Trammell. Johnny Baseball. Don Mattingly. And lastly was Jose Canseco. So 12 little cards. The Ralston Purina Serial Superstars card set. My random baseball item of the day and my random Mike Schmidt item as well. Today's trivia question. Asked this one before sometime in the past, but since I'm doing oldest in Major League Baseball, figured I'd ask this one again. Which player in Major League Baseball was the oldest when they first appeared in a Major League game? So who was the oldest player to step onto a Major League field for the first time? When did they do it? When did they, come to bat? When did they come into pitch? Which player in the Major League history was the oldest to first appear in a Major League game? That's the question, which play in for. Again, all this week, 4 cards of legendary sports or history individuals. So these are Sport Kings. I shouldn't say Diamond Kings. They're Sport Kings. These are the mini versions. Got Gaylord Perry, legendary pitcher. Richard Petty, legendary NASCAR driver. Jerry West, legendary basketball player. And of course, as always this week, a cool American Indian card from the Americana set from 1992, Geronimo. So those 4 cards are up for grabs if you're interested in that. All you need to do is shoot me a guess to that question. I will include my email in the description below, along with a repeat of that question. You will have today and tomorrow to answer. We will pick a winner on Sunday, all right? Good luck to everybody on that one. Today, as always, 10 interesting cards from a particular old card set. In this case, 19 73 tops. It's always interesting to try and find anything interesting in some of these card sets. The teams do pretty good at, trying to, or I should say the photographers do pretty good trying not to get anything crazy. So it does take a little bit of effort to find things interesting, but I do it. Would love to hear from you guys every time what you think is interesting in these card sets that I missed, maybe. So let's start with this one. 73 was the first year they really, I shouldn't say first year, one of the first years they really went out of their ways to include a lot of action shots. So a couple of action shots that are interesting to me are included in this one. So first we have Mike Epstein, first baseman. What I see this being is somebody, the pitcher's throwing over. Whoever this guy right here is, he's quick reaching back from his lead to get to first base. Epstein is trying to get the ball because this is the foul line here all chalked up. I just thought that was an interesting little pose. Another action shot, but this one, it's confusing in a way. So, Ellie Rodriguez, catcher. Now, obviously we know we're talking about this guy here, but look at all the people in this picture. You got this guy here, whoever the background is here. You got the umpire's butt. I mean, it's almost difficult to know who the card is supposed to be, who's supposed to be the main focus on the card. Obviously, it's the catcher, and there's the catcher, but I think Topps had too many things going on in that picture. Now, this one is interesting for a couple reasons. Is you got Eddie Herman here, Ed Herman, really young-looking kid, got his hat just barely fitting on his helmet, a glove that looks 3 sizes too big for him, just happy as heck to be there. But what got me was not Ed Herman. It's the two guys in the background. Who is the guy? Remember, this is the 70s, early 70s. Who is the guy in the frickin' purple pantsuit? What in the world? 1970s. They were glorious times, hey? Man's walking around. This is a real Major League Baseball GM or something, standing on the field in public in all purple. Just saying. This one made me smile. Dick Billings from the Texas Rangers. What made me smile is the way his uniform pants, the stripes on his pants lined up with the batting circle behind him. It almost looks like he's got a hula hoop around his waist. He's like being cut in half. The circle lined up so perfectly with the two sides of the bottom of the blue stripe. It just kind of made me smile. Nothing crazy than that, but I thought that was a really good image. This one, I'm sure a lot of other people have commented on this. This is one of the best action shots you'll ever see on a baseball card. Obviously from the 1972 World Series. You've got a play at second. They're trying to turn the double play. Looks like this guy, that's probably Tony Perez. Looks like Tony Perez is going to be safe on this one. Oh, excuse me, I'm yawning. It's late while I'm doing this, late on Saturday. But anyway, I don't know if they broke up the double play at second, but the two guys at second base are looking to see if they'll get the guy going to first. And again, I'm pretty sure Tony Perez is safe on that one. But a lot of action going on this particular photo. I think it's one of the best action photos you'll find on a baseball card. So that's another interesting card. This one, I just had to laugh. I have in my hand definitive proof of something we have all wondered in our baseball lives. As baseball collectors, we are always unsure about the truth of this. But the truth is, at one time, it is certain that Gaylord Perry was a young child. I have photographic proof of it here. If you know Gaylord Perry never looked young. But here's a picture of Gaylord Perry as a boy. Boyhood photos of the star from 1973. Photographic proof that at some time in the past, Gaylord Perry was a boy. This one, action photo, poor Dick Green. Here's a man who just booted the heck out of a ball. He's got his glove closed already. And I guess he stopped the ball and it's dropped in front of him. And that's what you call keeping your eyes not on the ball. He's looking up before he had the ball secured in his glove. Clearly a boot. Sorry about that, Mr. Green. This one's another cool action pose. Bill Freehand, one of the greatest catchers of the 60s. I totally missed this guy. Don't know who the guy sliding in is. It kind of looks like Willie Horton of the Tiger. No, it can't be the Willie Horton. He would have been on the Tigers with him. Don't know who that guy is. Looks like a Yankee, I should say. It looks like he slid in with his hand over here, swiped the plate with it, and is bounding up from the slide. And Bill swipe tagged, tried to get him and missed, I'm guessing. But a really cool action photo here. Like I said, one of the first years that Topps really tried their best to get some cool action photos. Awesome card here. Leo DeRocher is manager of the Houston Astros. What made me smile on this one is this is his last appearance, I believe, in a Topps card as manager. In 1974, he would no longer be. This was his last. 73 was his last year managing the Astros. Last year managing anywhere. DeRocher was no longer the manager in 74. In 74, his coach Preston Gomez took over for him as manager of the Astros. So I thought that was a cool card to show off. Again, Leo DeRocher's, I think, last card from Topps. This one, last card, where the heck are they playing this game? I mean, I've never seen this in my life before for a major league team. So you got Louis Alvarado, the Chicago White Sox, and any major league stadium, any ballpark of any sort, it's got an outfield wall all the way around. It's got a fence all the way around it, an outfield wall, stands, the dugouts, the down the line. I've never seen this in my life. Behind this is a small parking lot with a bunch of early 70s cards. It's like barbed wire on the top, buildings behind it. Where the heck? They're like they're playing in Latin America or something. Where in the world are they playing this game? If anybody knows, I'm dying to know where this picture was taken. On what kind of a field, in what kind of a stadium would a major league team be playing that this kind of a shot is even possible? That one just jumped out at me when I saw it. The cars, you don't see cars in a parking lot like that at any major league stadium, ever. Maybe their spring training facilities back in the 70s weren't as great as they are now. I've never seen cars parked that close to a ball field with nothing between them and seeing the cars, I've never seen that in my life. But here it is on this card. So I would love to know if anybody knows where this picture was taken. I would love to know that, because that one really made me interested. So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed that. Once again, don't forget our trivia question. Come back on Sunday for the trivia recap. I'll go through all three of the trivia questions and answers, and we'll hand out all the prizes. All right. Thank you all for watching this week. Hope to see you again soon. As always, take care.